All right, there's a lot to unpack with what Mr. Allen just said. But I think a big part of what he is saying is the fact that he was perhaps pigeonholed because he was a white man who was caught in this drug game, which is a daring thing for him to allege, and I do not agree with at all. And from the research that I gathered around this, and there is not a lot, he was involved in the drug business for quite some time. And as far as I am aware, his unnamed accomplice was another white guy who, in the interview that we just played a clip of, he mentions that he was also screwed over by the system because he was white and he was caught helping to sell drugs. What do you feel about all of this, Ashley? It does not come off well, in my opinion.
It's really very disappointing. You were going to the airport into a locker and taking out 1.5 pounds of coke. I think whether you were black, white, Asian, Hispanic, an alien, you would have been arrested for that. You were trafficking cocaine on federal ground, dude. Like, it's not because you were white. It has nothing to do with that. You weren't prosecuted because you were a white guy from middle-class America. You were prosecuted because you were involved in the trafficking of cocaine. Also, I want to point out, he says he never got a pre-sentencing report, and he describes it as that's why he ended up being convicted. A pre-sentencing report is a report that is done after you're convicted, before you're sentenced to prison. So his whole description of that is completely wrong.
And I also just want to applaud Howie Mandel, who we pulled a lot of these clips from his podcast, because when Tim Allen was making all of these claims, Howie Mandel did question him on it, saying, like, is this something that you have any proof of, that you were set up or any of that? And no, Allen has no proof of any of this. This is just something he has concocted in his mind throughout the years. If you're caught at the airport picking up over 1 pound of cocaine, you are in pretty deep at that point.
The story is to shift blame off him and help him keep his family man persona intact. And I guarantee it's something he's been telling himself for a very long time, and something he truly likely does believe at this point. Also, the link to this Howie Mandel interview is in the show notes if you want to watch it. What I liked from that video is when Allen is making these race claims, Howie Mandel is wearing sunglasses, but you still see his eyebrows raise.